Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and allow me to offer just a fair warning. It is, at time of recording, somewhat early in the day, so there may be some very excitable birds in the background. Just making sure we're all aware of that. So let's real quick roll the soundtrack choice. Alright, we rolled piano, so we're doing piano soundtrack today. And today is... Sorry about that. Today is still Dash Arcana Day. Sorry, my brain is not working. Give me a moment. Dash Arcana Spotlight Series Earth Elemental Day. We're doing Spike Track, and god damn, that one's a long one. That is definitely a mouthful. So today we are going to be looking at Spike Track. Now, Spike Track immediately has a leg up in that it does a lot of damage. Like, that is, like, 44. That is a respectable damage number, no matter how you look at it. And because the track actually follows your dash, you can actually just use it to slam into people and get some good damage that way. And you can hear the excitable birds in the background. They're so happy to be here. Now, of course, it does have the same problems as a Dash Arcana that only gets one charge, which is it can be rather difficult to use in certain situations. Also, I should point out that its base damage isn't 44, it's 40. And even that's probably not entirely right, so how about we take a quick moment to see what its actual damage is. So let's put Tempo Robe on, let's take off our damage up, because I'm betting it's closer to 36 or 38 without any damage up. So let's put on that, just so that there's no mistaking it. Base damage is 35. That's still really good. Like, I have no problems with its base damage. And because this one actually does really good damage, we are going to start... Let's see, evade all attacks while dashing, but... This one also does evades all attacks while dashing. Now, that having been said, I'm not necessarily going to start with either of those because I want to make sure that you see these Dash Arcana for how they are, not for what they're going to be at their optimum performance. So I think this time around I'm going to start... Well, we're going to start with the Rule Robe first of all, because I do... Even though despite what I just said about the... Yes, I get it. You are loud. I know that they're just doing this because I'm talking. I'm not saying that to be facetious. They're trying to communicate. But yeah, since we have such a high damage... Since we have such a high damage dash attack, I want to make sure that our damage output is nice and respectable. And for that reason, we are going to be going with a nice pure power build. So, when going pure power, like, I know a lot of you are gonna say, "Hey, Obsidian Splitter's strong." Yeah, but I also need my basic to be reliable. So I mean, Air Spinner is about as reliable as it gets, but I don't want to just constantly use the same basic time and time again. How about we do Frostblade? My one issue with Frostblade is that it's not very good against bosses. But I'll deal with that. Alright, so let's go with some... Since we have a lot riding on that, we're going to use twin turbines as a form of control. Or should I go with something else? Should I go Spark Array, maybe, to do control? Now, what I would really like is a good range damage dealer. A good range damage dealer that that isn't going to only be effective against one target. How about that? I could go Chaotic Buster. Sorry, you're currently seeing me working through my thought process, so apologies for that. Actually, the Balestra. So we've got 2 ice swords, a wave of sparks, and then a nice big tackle. That sounds like the right move to me. Alright, sorry for taking so long to work through my own thought process, but sometimes when I go pure power, I tend to overthink things. Even when I do run pure power, I like to make sure I have something that can help control the battlefield. Now, normally this is where I would say, okay, here's where we're going to be starting, just to make sure that things aren't a complete trash fire. This time around, I'm going to say, let's just go for it and see what happens. Okay, so... one problem I'm seeing right off the bat is that the twins are going to be resistant to both my basic and my signature. Okay, stupid roly-poly tackle guy actually interrupted my signature. That makes me a little upset. And right there, you got to see one of the things that I like most about Spike Track, and that is that the hitbox on it lasts longer than it looks like it should. Okay, like, you saw an enemy walk into it even as it was disappearing, and they still took full damage from it. And there you saw what happened if you let yourself get backed into a corner with the retro floor plan. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. I only have 339 more HP to spare. I can't be taking random damage like that. Now, last episode I went over quite a bit as to why I find the pits in the game to be a design issue. And it's especially true when you have a basic that only gets one charge. And especially when you have a basic like this one, which you actually actively want to be using in combat, not as an afterthought. So that you understand, this does count as both movement and, of course, dash. So... this is a really good one to use with a soccer cleats build because of its high base damage, you're going to get a lot out of damage ups with this particular dash. As you can see, I'm trying my best to avoid pits, but at some point there's just nothing you can do about it. Wealth. Riches. Fabulous wealth. Fabulous. We're gonna be rich, I tell ya! Fabulously wealthy! See what I mean about the lingering hitbox? Okay, but I also did take a lot of damage there. That is going to be an issue. We obviously want that. Oh, okay, so... I'm gonna go for it. It is a damage up, and it is one that I think will be ultimately useful. Plus, it makes the Curse Eater's vest that much better. I don't know if that's really going to be all that helpful or not, but screw it, I'm taking it. Yeah, 362 damage in one floor, that's not going to fly. We've got to do better than that. We've got to remember that we have a control Arcana for a reason. Okay, pretty sure I was out of your range, but okay. Whatever you say, game. Okay, we are in very, very big trouble right now. Yeah, I want that. So many good things here. Okay, well, for right now, the best thing I can do... Oh yeah, and that is the benefit of upgrading, is now spikes continue to form even after you're done dashing, so they go out ahead of you now. Like, that's one of those things that I was talking about with a lot of the... especially with Tunneling Drive and Wind Salvo, is that with those, it would really be helpful if if the actual projectiles went out ahead of you. In this case, it actually does that. And combine that with the idea that the hitboxes on the track linger, and you've got a very solid dash attack option. I'm trying to keep it trying to play it very careful right now because I am so low on health. Alright, so there is a good chance that we'll end up losing the Horned Halo soon, but not that soon. And now we've got the Vault of Midas going. Alright, things are looking better now. Like, much better. So let's go ahead and give ourselves another power option. Let's see. Do we really want this option, though? As much as I like that Arcana, the problem that I'm seeing here is that both Atlas and the twins are going to resist its damage. I think the right move, despite the fact that it's going to be temporarily shunted by the handbag, is Aegis Charge. Actually, I think it's pronounced Aegis, but oh well. Anytime someone anytime someone hears me pronounce a word that has an AE beginning like that, everyone tells me I'm wrong, so you guys feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments too, and I will probably not pay any attention. This is also the perfect time to take Horned Halo while I was really low on health. That way, in the long run, I didn't really lose much. That was a lovely dead end. Glad I went down there. Didn't make me look like a moron at all. Alright, so far so good. We're making a nice little comeback here, and I'm happy to see it. Alright, cool. That worked exactly like I wanted it to. Explosive Charge. I don't know how I feel about Explosive Charge. I'll hold on to it for now, but I'll probably want to replace it with something else later. Like, I would definitely not turn down a good range damage option. So, you know, Twin Turbine, Bouncing Surge, Exploding Fireball, Knockout Boulder, any of those would be lovely to see show up. Sorry, I thought I had a charge left for Explosive Charge. Explosive Charge, by the way, being really good for a high tempo build. It's also just a good mobile way to do damage. Like, I know I said I would replace it, but there's a good chance I might just end up keeping it. It'll really depend on what shows up, because I would really like to get another ranged option. Ow. Oh, I feel silly just walking right over the poison caltrops. Look at that, 50 damage to an enemy that resists it. We are doing really good damage-wise right now. Man, my boy's coming through with all the good stuff. So, you guys know me well enough to know that I'm not too worried about my movement speed. I will take Anchor of Burden. Now, that having been said, if I can find something to increase my move... Well, speak of the devil. Okay, we've got a very strong run here. And that's good because it pairs very nicely with a dash attack that does as much damage as Spike Track does. Like, I could very well be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Spike Track is the most damaging dash attack in the game. And it goes very well with the idea that we've got such a strong build right now, so we can really show that off. Like, I've been very down on the Earth Elemental Dash Arcana up until now. This one I really like. And the reason why I'm saving Entangling Vines for last isn't because I like it the most of all of the Earth-based Arcanas, at least dash-wise. It's mostly because I don't know. I don't know how exactly I feel about that one. This actually works out quite nicely for 2 of my Arcana, including the dash, so hey, happy fun times. They're not just around the corner, they're here. Alright, I'm sure you guys can see very well now what exactly it is Spike Track does well. And this is one that's definitely worth saving a use for. Look at that, he tripped over it and still took full damage. It's so great. Sorry, not gonna take the campfires. I will openly admit that I enjoyed myself the last time I used them, but I don't think this is the right build for them. Actually finding it very interesting how well Explosive Charge is working in this build. It's like we need just that little bit of extra movement. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Owie. Still no upgrade for Spark Array, but that's okay. As of right now, I have nothing to complain about. The build is working out very well. I thought I had my dash ready. Oh, I was just a few frames off. Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, well, that can go now. So as you can see, because of how Spike Track works, you don't really need Lemo's Leaf or the breezy gray canvas to make it work. Okay, that could have worked out better. And I think we're good. Moving on. Yeah, you reshape that castle. Stylize that interior. Alright, so on the floors leading up to this, we were just doing okay with Spike Track. Now we get to thrive because we're in an area where Earth Elemental Arcana are beasts. Which is nice because I'm obviously having issues with the idea that I've got both a basic and a signature that are being resisted. Honestly, I kind of like the build the way that it is. Like, the only thing I would think about doing differently is maybe taking the armor in place of potentially the halo. But as it is, I have no complaints about how the build is looking. Like, even Glass Cannon is looking kind of like I don't really need it. Oh, you and your stupid fireballs. I'd say an 83 damage opening argument is never a bad thing to have. Alright, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Painter's Totem. This would also be a really good run for the Dark Katana, but I mean, I've already found so many great things for the run that I kind of feel like I don't need it. But if you're at the point of the run that I'm at, and you really want to take it, you could definitely drop the Sleepy Thunderstone or the Mercury Sandals. I find that having the Mercury Sandals to combat the slowdown from the anchor is probably a better idea. But this run, you're spoiled for choice. And you definitely don't want to get rid of the cushion flip-flops. Those are just too good. Oh, stupid nitroglycerin barrels. Alright, well, we are now in need of... We are now in need of a health potion. Which, no, I don't need to go out of my way to find... to find Anders. We've already found him. I'm just trying to find the boss room. Yeah, absolutely spoiled for choice, so I'm just gonna leave that as it is. And we're at the point where I only need one stagger on a boss, and that's it. Lights out. That's it. Good night. Thank you, burn damage. Okay, that was pretty awful. And that is why I was saying that. That's why I was saying that I would be very happy with some form of ranged option. I'm still trying to find the Spark Array upgrade, but I mean, at this point in the run, I'm not sure how relevant that really is. So this is me we're talking about, so I'm going to say extremely relevant. I'm actually liking Explosive Charge a lot more than I thought I would, and I say that every time I pick it up. I should just do a run focusing on it so I can really play around with it and see what exactly it can do. Don't really even need any more money. Sorry, Cremire, I don't have anything I want to sell you, but tell your family back in Undermine that I appreciate them sending you over here. For those of you who are wondering, I made a joke a while ago about Cremire actually being from the game Undermine. There is no truth to that, in case any of you actually don't know. It's just a joke that I made up because I also love the game Undermine. Like, I guess if you can't figure it out by now, I'm just a big fan of roguelite design. And I've played enough roguelite design. Yeah, I played a lot of roguelite designs in my time. A lot of time spent coding with all the coding knowledge I don't have. There's Spark Array. No, I've played a lot of roguelite games. I was about to say it again. What the frick is wrong with me? Why am I censoring my cursing? It's never been my thing. Oh, that didn't work out. Okay, you know what? Just because I can... Yeah, I've played enough roguelite games where I feel I'm at least... Thank you, Cecil. That was exactly what I needed. that I feel as though I have at least some qualification to speak about roguelite design. And there we go. Okay, so I suppose I should explain, and I find the twins to be the easiest boss in the game because all of their attacks have some amount of windup to them that makes them kind of easy to see coming and allows me to really know where to go to dodge their attacks. And because there's two of them, and hitting either one of them does damage in general to the boss, it's really easy to just wipe them out with just a simple application of attacking while they're just incapable of doing anything about it. Oh, that was a mistake. Fortunately, not one that I got heavily punished for. By the way, in case you're wondering what sets my birds off so much, I've explained this in a previous video, but I'll explain it again. We really like birds around this house, so we keep like a bird house and a bird feeder out on our balcony. So when those birds come around to, grab their snacks and just hang out, it causes our birds inside to just go nuts because, it's their company. They want to talk to their company. Explosive charge plus the cushion flip-flops is so good. Oh, I did explosive charge instead of my dash. I wanted to trip over it. Oh, that was a mistake. Fortunately, not a huge mistake that I can't get over. And explosive charge wins. But it wouldn't have won without Spike Track, and I honestly think Spike Track is really good. Yes, that's right, excitable birds. And in case you're wondering... That's right, I'm looking at you. In case you're wondering why I don't just record in a room where where the bird's noise isn't going to factor in, I don't have that luxury. Sorry. I'm doing the best with what I have, and unfortunately, I don't have a separate room that I can, soundproof to do this in. But honestly, I love my birds, and I wouldn't want to leave them out of the process. Even if they can be annoying at times, I would rather have them here than not. But anyway, enough about the birds. That was Spike Track, and I'm glad I got to show it to you guys on a run that was as powerful as this one was. It really kind of highlights what Spike Track is really good at. And strangely, it acts as a better tripwire than Searing Rush because it does just so much damage, and like you saw, if the enemy just walks into it even while the spikes are receding, they still get hit and still take full damage. And because the spikes are spawning right with you, it means you can just straight up tackle enemies with the Spike Track. It's I really think Spike Track is underrated, and I think it deserves a little bit more time in the spotlight. Hence why I gave it about 41 minutes of my time. And hopefully it was 40 to 41 minutes of time that you guys were happy to spend with me. So thank you very much for continuing to support. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you may happen to be. I will be seeing you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker. Take care, everyone.